Picture this. It's the early 90s, and the grungy Seattle sound we love is everywhere. Underground bands and non-corporate music are the coolest thing you can listen to. But jump to 1996, and that music has been captured by the man, maybe even wearing out its welcome. So if the grimy sound of the early 90s is gone, Rob, what kind of rock does that leave for the rest of the decade?
We're getting ready to step into that awkward transitional period where flannel started to feel a bit stale, and the industry was looking for the next big thing. Let's step into a time when flannel wasn't a choice anymore. It was a uniform, and when the outsider became the homecoming king.
Big hello and welcome to Totally 80s and 90s Recall, a podcast. That's what it is, where we rewind back to the music, movies, and pop culture moments of the greatest 2 decades ever, the 80s and 90s. I am one of your hosts, David, and back with me as always, he's always here, someone who even Matt Pinfield says knows his music.
Oh, wow.
It's my good friend, Rob.
Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
Think people will get the Pinfield drop?
They might. I don't know.
You
We'll
know,
see.
That's next level, like, elite musical knowledge right there.
That's right.
Pinfield would know bands like no one's ever heard of.
Yeah, no, he knows people.
Oh, they're a 4-man band and a parrot, and they play out of a garage. And you're like, okay.
Well, David and I have been a long, long way from here. We've put on ponchos, played for mosquitoes, and drank until we were thirsty again. We went searching through thrift store jungles, and we found Geronimo's rifle, Maryland shampoo, and we even found Benny Goodman's corset and pen. Well, okay, maybe I made all of that up, but I promised you we would never give up. Some of you out there get down, real low down. You listen to Coltrane, you derail your own train. Well, let's be honest, who hasn't been there before? Now, if you walk away from today's episode hearing nothing, at least hear this. The Totally 80s and 90s Recall team comes around the hard way. We are the podcast that can bring you comics in bed. We can scrape the mold off your bread. And we will even serve you French toast again. Well, okay, maybe Kip and the boys still get stoned, and maybe we are not the kind of podcast you'd take home. But most of all, the Total 80s and 90s Recall team wonders, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. And if it makes you happy, then why the hell are you so sad?
All I have to say is if Sheryl Crow is where we're headed, then 96 Alternative has gone a weird direction. So, of all the songs you had access to of lyrics, you went Sheryl Crow.
I like the lyrics.
Very well known for her alternative take and her turn in the musical hemisphere, if you will.
She tried.
I guess. I don't know if she... Anyway, real quick, corrections from last week.
Oh, no.
I actually had a YouTube comment. It was on one of our shorts when I mentioned The Hangover. Yeah. And within that short, I said 2 things wrong. I fixed the one on air, but I said 2010. It was a 2009 movie. I had also said Ed Helms got knocked out, but then I fixed it.
Corrected it.
But there was a YouTube comment. It said, geez, the mistakes this guy makes. That's what it said. So I was like, thank you out there for pointing that out. I appreciate it. So other correction.
That's all right.
We got a little off in the woods on our Bone Thugs knowledge.
Oh, boy.
Last week, we said there was no Jizzy Bone or Rizzy Bone. We were wrong on all of those. So here we go, Rob. Let's run down the list. Okay. We have Busy Bone, Crazy Bone.
Oh, yeah.
Lazy Bone.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of sounds like a dodgeball. Blazer, laser. Anyway, Wishbone and Flesh and Bone.
Oh, yeah.
That's N, not and.
Yeah.
Flesh and Bone.
Yeah.
That's the Bone Thugs.
Okay.
And Harmony, I have fixed it. That is the lineup, so they don't have to come for us now.
Okay.
And we like them, so don't be upset. We just didn't remember the names. Too many bones. Crazy, Lazy Wish.
Okay.
All right.
We weren't even close.
We were not in the ballpark. We did get busy, though.
Yeah. Oh, we did know that one.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one we knew.
Yeah, he's the common one.
I didn't know any of them.
I think
you
he's
knew that.
the most popular bone is Busy Bone.
Okay.
I think so.
Sure.
So, well, as we alluded to a second ago with our wonderful rendition from one Miss Sheryl Crow, Alternative Songs, 1996.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting year.
Yeah.
We've talked about, we listened to a lot of what would be considered alternative music in the early 90s.
Yeah.
96 comes around, seems to be a weird year because it feels like alternative music is a little different now, right?
It is.
And what they've become alternative is they have bands that I think they just don't know what to do with them on the charts.
Mm-hmm.
So they just throw them in the alternative bucket.
Yeah.
So like Dave Matthews, I don't really see him as an alternative, but he's Hootie and the Blowfish, Third Eye Blind, all these kinds of bands. Alanis Morissette is over on. She's not real alternative. So what I'm getting at is the record companies and whoever's tracking these things, the radio stations, they're like, well, they're not pop and they're not traditional rock.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just make them alternative.
Yeah.
I think at one point Jewel was on the alternative chart, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
No, I the word that kind of kept popping up for me was variety. 96 was a year you had a lot of choice in what you were listening to, and things were changing, and you were in this weird, I said in the opening, but a weird transitional period where it was becoming harder to find out what was cool.
okay.
You know, I think trying to pin down what the cool thing was, I think it was I thought it was a really cool time. I look back and I think we talk about some of our musical choices were kind of established early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
I would almost argue that my musical taste really kind of started to get refined in like 96 and because I'll talk about it more later, but
Well, it's interesting for me because so you're graduating high school in 96.
yeah,
I'm in Japan. So sometimes I feel like we don't get quite the same things. So because I just don't think people understand 1996. If you're listening, those that were there, but there's no, like, the internet is just a very small thing.
Yeah.
We didn't have MTV. We didn't have like satellite TV over there. And there was like three channels. One was AFN and they showed Love Boat all the time. And so the point was that I wasn't getting new videos and all that. So really it was just the music that I heard around. And then when you go downtown to the record store, that Tower Records I liked in Tokyo, that was the other access to music I had. So interesting thing about 96, I saw though, CD sales were actually on the rise and as high as they had ever been. And into 1999, that would be like the big years. 96 to 99, they said, was the big years of CD sales. Because obviously after 99, Napster shows up, then streaming shows up, so we're going to fall off. But it wasn't alternative rock, though. Hip-hop and pop, you got Tupac, Fugees, B.I.G., and then the boy bands are coming under.
Yeah.
Britney Spears, and then they're right there on the cusp, right? So they're taking over the CD sales, and they're kind of taking over MTV.
Yeah.
Right. And then that only leaves behind for rock. We're now in what they called a post-grunge era.
Mm-hmm.
Nirvana's gone. Mm-hmm. You still have Soundgarden and some of these bands, Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're hanging on, but their CD sales are not what they were early in the 90s, even though they're putting out records. And I got to be honest, some of the records don't even sound like they did earlier in the decade.
No, that's so funny.
They've changed quite a bit, particularly the Stone Temple Pilots album that year. Very weird album, I thought, especially after the Purple album and Core. Just interesting albums. But they said that the rock's moving more towards the pop punk, like your Korn, your Limp Bizkits. The ska showed up. And then you've got that late 90s electronic sound, which started like the Mobies and things like that. So it's just kind of going, you still have rock music in there, but it was harder to find. Like in 93, you could just throw a dart and find any kind of alternative rock you wanted to find. By 96, again, it's changing because Dave Matthews and those. And then there's a lot of like one-off bands. Like they'll have a song and then you'll never hear from them again. Yeah. So.
Yeah, back to what you said about three albums that I kind of was looking at was Soundgarden's Down on the Upside.
Oh, yeah.
Pearl Jam's No Code.
Yeah.
And,
you've talked about that 1,000 times.
I didn't include it in this episode.
Well, I hope not. I thought that'd be too easy for you.
Too much.
Too easy.
And then STP's Tiny Music song. All three of them, I don't think it's a coincidence that they sounded so different than all of the things that came before it.
Yeah.
I think that was a very conscious choice by those bands too.
Yeah, they did it on purpose.
Because it was cool to not be cool, and I think that's what they were.
But then by 96, it is cool to not be cool.
Yeah.
That's what
what
you're saying.
We're in it was a weird time for me.
Well, it's because the record companies took it over.
Right.
Like in 91, 92, 93, these were the alternative. They're off. Yeah. Like, this is cool. Like, you listen to this because your parents don't like it. By 96, that's all they're selling. Yeah. And like you said, flannels are on the runway in Paris, and like Doc Martens are everywhere. And so, like, it exhausted itself.
Yeah.
But there's still a bunch. There was still, like you said, a lot of good music came out, and we're going to get to that. I think,
and that's what I
so.
think that's what I really liked about this time is that you had a lot of variety, a lot of different stuff came out, and the other thing that not to spoil too much, a lot of bands had their 96 was the year a lot of bands had kind of their second. It was their follow up to a debut that came out in 93, 92. They were these landmark albums. Now that band's coming out with their follow up, and they have to follow that landmark thing that happened in 92 or 93, and
not to share
there was some excitement around that,
but not to share the answer to the test. They didn't all pass that test.
No, they didn't all.
It was tough. Some of those records from those early 90s that were so still today entrenched in our brains. Yeah. The second one couldn't quite make it. And it's tough. What were you going to do?
No, you couldn't. It's
not. Really hard.
Yeah, you couldn't. But then I think time has been friendly to them.
It is.
I think people now have looked back
to some
and
of them.
Their follow-up albums are considered classics.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Absolutely. Well, without Nirvana's influence and alternative music becoming mainstream, what exactly was the genre evolving into in the middle of the decade? While the sound may have changed from the early years, there was still some incredible music hitting the airwaves. So let's see what alt-rock songs we think defined the year in 1996. As always, if you're checking us out on YouTube, welcome in. We welcome them, right, Rob?
We always welcome.
Yeah, look,
they're welcome in. They don't even have to take off their shoes.
Wave to the camera, Rob. There you go. Yeah, just keep those shoes on.
They don't have to take
so, we are going to thank you for being here and say if you enjoy what you're hearing, watching, however it goes, subscribe so you never miss an episode. We got lots of cool stuff coming up.
We think we do.
We won't. Well, yeah. Other people might be like, but
we
have some of an opinion that we think it sounds pretty good. So, okay, 96 alternative rock. We're going to build an essential top 10 list for the year. And so we're each going to have a cut and an honorable mention. The cut is your very first song that didn't make your top 5. Yeah. Basically, we're each contributing 5 to the top 10 list.
Yeah.
And we're going to say that's your essential 96 alternative rock playlist.
On the number 1?
The top 10.
Oh, yeah.
So if you put that top 10 songs on when we're done today, you're like, that sounds like 96.
I agree with
Perfect.
that. Yeah.
So, but we each get a cut. That's that first one you just couldn't get in your top 5. And then the honorable mention, maybe it's a song you haven't heard in a really long time or never heard.
Yeah.
Or a song you just really like now, maybe you didn't like back then.
That's good.
We've had to define this very broadly because Rob just picks songs otherwise, and so.
Well, I'll tell you for this episode, I just went to my personal collection.
Oh yeah,
and I just pulled. I didn't even do it super deep.
Yeah,
I went to what I owned, I own. And
I was going to say, a lot of people can't see all parts. If you're not watching us on YouTube, but in our studio, Rob has a just huge collection of CDs. Still a lot of physical media. He's one of those guys. It's great.
One of those guys.
So do you have a CD for all the songs you picked today?
I do.
Is the CD in this studio?
They're all in here.
Outstanding.
Yes.
So he's got some real physical media. He's old school, folks. That's what we called him. So, we're ready to go.
Yeah, we're ready.
Ready to get fired up and get going.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go first this week.
That's fine.
You went first last week.
That's okay.
Sometimes we like to trade off. We're swappers, if you will.
Do we want to? So, I don't have any backups.
Oh, okay.
You have some backups.
I have some backups.
You came ready.
Well,
I did not do the full assignment as
usual. Yeah. We have to because we have to make a clean top 10. Yeah. We can't repeat songs.
So I'm gonna go out on. I'm gonna take a risk that we are not gonna have any. Well, that's not gonna be an issue today.
Well, here's your 2 rules. We can't repeat songs. So if one of us uses a song anywhere, it's off. 2, we can use something off of a similar album.
That's fine.
So there you go.
Okay. All right.
Don't know if we'll end up there
okay.
either.
I think we're going to be okay.
Okay. Yeah. So,
you've already hinted that you've made some comments about what may not have been alternative. And I may have gone that way.
That sounds right. It's because it's what you liked. Cruising around Milwaukee listening to Hootie. I hope Hootie doesn't
Hootie's
show up
not on
today.
the list, I promise.
All right.
Yeah, no Hootie.
I mean, I like Hootie, but not for this.
No Hootie.
Not for this list. No. So, all right, then I'm going to do my first cut. This is going to come from a little band called Sponge.
Yeah. Just there's one I got candy corn on it.
Oh,
On the cover.
oh,
on
is
the
it?
album? I think.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Wax Ecstatic. I think.
Wax Ecstatic. Well, that's the name
That's
of the
the name of the
album.
song, but yeah.
So this is Wax Ecstatic, parentheticals to Sell Angelina. It's by Sponge. I got this album. I actually own this album. Most of my list today, I did own almost all. I owned the albums at one point. I don't anymore like you. I don't have the physical media. But I own this album on the back of when I saw Empire Records and I heard the song Plowed in Empire Records. I loved that song. I got that album. And then this came out while I was in Japan and didn't have it on bass, ran off bass, got it. I was so excited. Turned out this was really the only song on the album I liked at the time. I listened to it again, getting ready for this, and it's okay. But there's some good stuff. It's better than I remembered it being, but still not my number one album from that time. So let's see here. It's hit number 64 in the U.S. Hot 100. I apologize. I just got lost for a second there. Hit number 64 in the U.S. Hot 100, 15 on the Modern Rock Tracks chart. It was just a minor hit. Songs about a roller derby girl and her desire to be better at her sports. Okay.
That's good.
Like the lyrics don't, I don't know. That didn't sound like a roller derby song.
I worked with a teacher who was a roller derby. That's what she did after. She was a kindergarten teacher.
Oh, okay.
And on her weekends and at night, she was a roller derby queen.
That sounds like fun.
Kindergarten.
What does it take to be a roller derby queen?
I don't know.
Just roller skates and beat people up, I
You gotta
think,
be
right?
yeah, you gotta be nasty.
Gotta be nasty.
Yeah. She
Miss
was.
Jackson. Was her name Miss Jackson?
No, she wasn't.
The puns never stop. And in the 80s and 90s, we are the king of puns.
Right.
Well, I made it a cut because I kind of forgot about it. I pulled up songs for 96 and I was like, oh, a Sponge song. I liked Sponge at one point. Not a lot of effort into that band name, by the way. But as soon as I put it back on, I oh, that's great. It sounds like a great mid-90s rock song. It's got a guitar solo. Actually, I put it back on my 90s playlist. Didn't have it on there.
Well, it's got that crunchy, it's got that crunchy alternative sound that was big in the earlier 90s. It was carrying over.
And it's catchy. The lyrics are catchy. So how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
So, all right.
I
So
like it.
you get to follow up Sponge.
Ooh, here you go. It's got profanity. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Super offended. Yeah, you went straight for that one.
I did.
I got Sponge. You got a slice of cake, right?
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, this is a song called Nugget
Nugget.
by a band called Cake.
Off of an album called?
Fashion Nugget.
There you go.
Based on my information, this was never released as a single. The song is the 8th track from Cake's breakthrough second album, Fashion Nugget. The album was released September of 96. I found that most of my albums were released in the fall of 96, which is really weird.
That's when you're starting your freshman year of college.
So weird. The album is most known for the single "The Distance." Everybody knows that one.
Oh, yeah.
The title "Nugget" comes from there's some lyrics that reference chicken McNuggets and the idea of a nugget of truth. That kind of idea. The song is a quote. There's a quote I found: a cynical philosophical critique of power dynamics, consumerism, and the insignificance of the individual.
No.
The opening lines compare heads of state to sharpening knives through chicken McNuggets. The song is basically telling the listeners to stop complaining. Buck up because the machinery of the world is indifferent to your struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nugget is one of the few instances where the band uses profanity. And in concert, the lead singer, John McCree, he will split the audience in half.
Oh.
And on this half, the crowd will chant, "Shut the fuck up."
Oh, nice.
And the other half will say, "Learn to buck up."
Oh.
Right? And he does it anyway. So Fashion Nugget, the song doesn't have a whole lot of what do you call it?
I don't know.
On the charts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the album
It's a
itself
good album song,
was
though.
certified gold. within 3 months of its release, and it reached platinum status in 1997.
Well, it's definitely an album track because it's gonna be hard to. You're gonna have to edit out half the song.
Yeah.
So playing that on the radio is gonna be a waste of time.
And that's why I put it, because it was kind of as a deeper cut for even on the album. But I remember liking this. I remember on this album, this was a go-to song for me. I really liked. I liked the funky. It's kind of a funky beat to it.
I had the Cake album also.
Love it.
And I remember this song quite a bit.
Yeah.
Cake, another weird band.
Yeah, that's what I put down. But at this time I'm graduated.
Yeah.
I'm looking for new sounds. It's got trumpets. It's got a unique.
Well, and
they were a weird band.
He doesn't sing.
Yeah, he's not
just kind of reciting the words, and like the first one you heard is "Going the Distance," and you have to say like it caught you because you're like it's just different than other things you're listening to. You're like, what is this guy doing? But you can sing along with it easy, or you talk along with it easy.
And that's where I think 96 was different, is that it wasn't this crunchy alternative sound, but it was, later I'll talk about a sound, they use a phrase, they call it crunchy but clean. I thought, oh, that's really interesting. I think that's what 96 was. It was like these crunchy songs, but they had kind of a clean element to it.
Nice.
Anyway, so there you go.
All right. Well, my honorable mention is a song that before we started putting this playlist together, I'd never heard of this band. It's a band called Superdrag.
Ooh. Remember this song?
Oh, you do? You do remember that?
I do. I feel like it was in a movie.
It sounds like it should be in like Mallrats or something. Like it would be in the background at Empire Records or one of those kinds of movies. Just one of those late 90s types of movies where you're going to have that song just playing. And you're like, it's like, oh, what is that? But so this is called Sucked Out by Superdrag. Honorable mention because, as I said, never heard it before. But it oozes mid-90s rock. Like that sound it just sounds like the mid-90s. That's why I picked it. Like I said, it could have been in any early or mid to late 90s movie. You just throw that in there. Could have been in a Clerks. Could have been in any kind of movie like that. I'm surprised I never came across it. You said you'd heard it, but I'm going to tell you in Japan in 1996, this didn't hit any radio airwaves. There was no TV for me to watch. I didn't have 120 minutes. So this feels like it would have been a big 120 minutes type video or something. So I love the 90s indie sound. Makes me feel like I'm in a record store. This is like what a guy in a record store would play. And then you go, hey, man, what's this? Oh, you don't know Superdrag? And they insult you. And then you're like, can you just show me where Soundgarden is? Oh, you're so corporate. That's what they would say.
I remember doing that one time. I was in like a Zoomies at the mall.
Oh, nice. Zoomies is good.
And they were playing an album, and I said, what's playing? And they went, oh, this is Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
And I went down and bought it.
Although for this song right here, because it got so popular, you know what the record store guy would say? He goes, well, I liked Superdrag 4 years ago before they sold out. He goes, if you listen to their first record, Mr. Jackson Goes to Town, he goes, that's where they really found their musical sound right there. So it was a top 20 hit on the rock chart, so that's why the music store guy won't like it anymore.
No.
Pitchfork staff members rated it as one of their top 20 one-hit wonders of the 90s.
There you go.
So those guys know what they're talking about,
That's
I think.
right.
Pitchfork should be reliable.
I think so.
I think so.
Know. I've never met them.
So,
I don't know.
So that's Sucked Out by
like
Superdrag. I came across it doing this, and I was like, that just sounds like mid-90s.
I don't.
So let's just throw that in there.
I really don't know any of their work.
I don't.
Other than
Other
what
than
I
this.
just heard just now.
I listened to a little more. Most of it sounds a little more like that. I'll just take the first song, and I'm good.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, so your honorable mention.
All right, here you go.
All the ashtray cities, freeway drive, broken casino, water slide, 18-wheeler, payback dives, gravity pulls.
Giving off some R.E.M. vibes.
It is R.E.M.
Yeah, I
nice
know.
job. Yeah. This is a song called. This is a song called Low Desert.
You've heard this before.
This is why it's my honor. I'll tell you why.
Oh, go for it.
So it's considered a standout track from their 10th album called New Adventures in Hi-Fi.
Yes.
I up until probably a year ago, 2 years ago, I didn't even know this album existed.
Oh. Our friend Brad over
He's
at
gonna
Pop
be
Culture.
mad. He's going to be mad.
Right now, he's yelling at
he's like,
yelling
how
at the
do
radio.
you-" And I agree with him.
Rob.
I'm with him.
Rob, you're a music guy.
Brad, I'm there. I understand. I deserve what I get. So I found this at a thrift store. I was like, I don't know this. So I bought it for 99 cents or whatever. But this album, just to give you like where it landed in history, I think it got lost. It followed Out of Time, Automatic for the People, Monster, in that order. And the 96 hit. And by that time, they're kind of the elder statesmen, they're kind of out. You know, they're not cool anymore, you know. So it was released in September of 96. You Discover Music discovered it as a stone classic with a parched atmosphere. So then I did a little deep dive on what You Discover
By the
Music
way,
is.
I had written something down on this. This is fortuitous, if you will.
No way.
R.E.M. I put that this album, it was because it was talking about the bust of the alternative music time. They said even R.E.M. put out an album, and even though it did sell well, it did not sell as well as it had. And this was their last album to sell 1 million records or more. So.
And it is fantastic. But no, You Discover Music said it's a stone classic with a parched atmosphere. But then I looked up You Discover Music. They don't get good ratings, so don't go there. Fans frequently cite this song as one of R.E.M.'s best deep cuts. The song is an exploration of travel, isolation, this road culture. The song's opening verse says, "It happened fast, it's over quick, a little dust and the engine kicks." So they're kind of suggesting you got this mechanical breakdown. You're in the middle of nowhere. You're stranded. There's kind of this bleak, sun-baked landscape. He talks about broken casino, ashtray cities, water slides. Like much of the album, the song was not recorded in a studio. It was recorded on tour, and then it was done at sound checks, backstage rehearsals, and live performances. And they brought it in, cleaned it up in the studio. The track features Nathan December. He's the slide guitarist for the Goo Goo Dolls. I didn't know.
Nice.
Despite being a fan favorite.
We're seeing the Goo Goo Dolls this summer.
Yeah. Despite being a fan favorite, it was rarely played live. It was never released as a single, but the album itself went to #1 in the UK and #2 on the Billboard 200. I said I put this album as my honorable mention because I didn't listen to this album until recently.
This is
it's amazing.
This is a glorious day. I'm basking over here. Rob, I'm basking. You know why I'm basking?
Why?
That's 3 times in a row because I want to emphasize it.
What?
I've listened to this album. I've heard this song. For me to have listened to an album and a song that Rob doesn't know in 1996, I'm just going to bask.
I didn't know. I actually have 2 copies. I have just the CD version.
Yeah. And
then I bought this special edition. I bought it on Facebook Marketplace or something for $20 from this guy. And it's got a booklet with it. It's fantastic. This album is fantastic.
I ignorantly believe I'm more musically refined than you. But as of today, it's been established that it's true because I knew about this.
This album is fantastic.
Yeah, I feel so much better about myself today.
Yeah, and that's why I put it. I am ashamed that I didn't know this album existed. Even the artwork, the pictures, the photography. Oh my gosh.
Like on Game of Thrones, Rob. Shame. You get
so
shamed
good.
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know this album, you just need. It's one of these albums you just got to put in. You put your headphones on and you just listen to it. It's so good. Anyway.
Feels good to be a little superior sometimes. It's nice.
What are you talking about?
Feels good.
You're always superior. Always have been.
Hey. Nah, we're the same. Samesies.
Yeah, whatever.
So, all right. Enough setup. Those are 4 great songs.
Yeah.
But they're not on the top 10. They're not the real ones. Those are good ones. We say play those in the background, have some fun with them. I really liked Wax Ecstatic, but it just wasn't good enough. And I like that R.E.M. song.
Yeah,
but
super good.
We'll see what else you have, but it wouldn't have been in my top 5 either. So, so we've each got 5 tracks. We're going to put this top 10 together, and I'm going to kick it off. And if there was, we said at the beginning, you don't have any backups because you think we won't have anything. But if there was a song or an album where we might be similar, it might be this album.
Oh, Pinkerton. I don't have it though.
I love this song.
What's What's the song on there that
I don't know.
Where he talks about
Well, let's talk about
Anyway,
this song
go
while you opine about that situation. So this is The Good Life by Weezer.
Yep.
And this is off, you said, their second album,
yeah.
Pinkerton.
Yeah.
Interesting about Pinkerton. Kind of blasted when it first came out. It was following up the Blue album, which everybody loved. And I
There's
remember
an example of that following up their debut. Yeah.
And I got Pinkerton, and I was excited about it because I love the Blue album.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being at first feeling a little like, oh, this isn't quite as exciting. However, revisionist history, now it's considered one of their better albums. In fact, I've seen debates where it's like it's the Blue album, Pinkerton, and then the rest of that they put out is nonsense time. But it reminds me of the Beastie Boys with their second album, right? So you have License to Ill, which is huge. Then they bring out Paul's Boutique. And everybody's like, this sucks. 20 years later, oh, that's a masterpiece. Best thing ever. So a lot of Weezer fans now are like, oh, Pinkerton's great if you go back to it. So, but it did not meet studio expectations. And it did not sell at all. Like, it was bad. I didn't hate it. I like it. I still have a lot of these songs on my playlist. Interesting about this single, the video in this single, the record company rushed it because the album sales were so bad. They're like, we need something catchy. And they thought, oh, this will save it. It did not. No. It did not save it at all. So I found a weird fact. The song was inspired by Rivers Cuomo's leg surgery, which put him in a leg brace. He had one leg longer than the other. But in 1995, he said the brace was so painful, he wrote the lyrics about it. When am I going to get back to my good life? I'm tired of this leg brace. It's bothering me. The song was also on an EP only released in Australia called The Good Life. An interesting fact, the EP had some live songs that were recorded at Shorecrest High School in Seattle. The school won a contest in 1997, and Weezer played at school in the foyer during lunchtime.
Oh, wow.
So how about that lunchtime?
Look at that.
Hey, what do you got? I got a burger. Hey, Weezer's here today. Oh, that's nice.
I had this a whole bunch of stuff in my notes, like just in case we talked about it.
Why is Weezer in Seattle at lunch at a school?
But it talked about how it compared 1996. If 1996 were a high school, if 1996 music was a high school,
yes,
and it had it broken down like the AV club, and you had Weezer.
Oh, nice.
They'd be in the AV club, and then you had the drama students. You had Radiohead, Modest Mouse. Yeah, and I just thought it was kind of a clever take.
What did the jocks get?
There weren't jocks in that one.
Oh,
no,
okay.
But you had the sensitive literary poets.
Oh, yeah.
You had Tori Amos back in there.
Cornflake Girl.
The foreign exchange student. You had Oasis.
Bjork. Oh, okay.
So, anyway, all right. So that's
all right.
Good.
So that is our number 10 song is The
Okay.
Good Life
Okay.
by Weezer.
And the number 9
yes,
is wildly known. I didn't go deep.
Yeah, that's good.
Here we go.
We're not changing.
Wow. Very surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just might feel good. I wanna push you around. Well, I will. I wanna push you down. Well, I will. I wanna take you for granted.
If this is your path, we're going to have wildly different albums today.
No.
That is the safest, most radio-friendly
I know.
song you've ever used.
I know.
And here's another thing I'm shocked about. That's 96?
Okay.
I thought that was like 99 or 90,
Okay.
98 or
So
something.
my very first note says a possible Robster pick. Here's why.
Okay.
The album, Yourself or Someone Like You, came out October 1st of 96. This single didn't drop till 97.
Yeah, even 97 still feels
But
early.
no, this is
yeah.
1996. Yeah,
I
so
gotcha.
this is their breakthrough single. It's famously misunderstood as a glorification of domestic violence. I'm going to push you around. In reality, Rob Thomas has cleared up the confusion. It's about being the victim in a toxic relationship. It's about a partner who used emotional games to control him. It was written during a very high-stress period in his life. The title refers to the push and pull of a manipulative connection where one person is constantly being tested or moved like a chess piece. Anyway, yeah. The video was directed. The video features Rob Thomas in a metaphorical cage, and he's being led around on a leash by a woman.
Oh.
Take that for what it's worth. The music video was directed by a guy named Nigel Dick.
I like that.
He did Britney Spears' "Baby One More Time" and Guns N' Roses' "Welcome to the Jungle." This song saw a resurgence in 2023. When it was featured in the Barbie movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They played it on the beach, right?
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Yeah. All of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Ryan Gosling performs in a campfire
Oh,
acoustic version. Rob Thomas found the parody hilarious and was a good sport about being the butt of the joke, he says. Yeah. It was not originally released as a commercial retail single, so it technically was ineligible for the Hot 100 at the time.
That sounds
However,
right.
it peaked at number 5 on the Hot 100 airplay chart, reached number 1 on the Billboard Modern Rock track charts. It was number 10, reached top 10 in Australia and Canada. And the album itself reached diamond certification, over 10 million copies sold. I just put Matchbox, this band and this album hit a sweet spot. You got kind of this crunchy,
it's not that crunchy.
I know. You get some distorted guitars, but then you get this really polished, radio-friendly sound. You got some songwriting in there, and everyone had this CD.
Yeah.
Everyone had it.
I would classify this, and look, I like that song. And I like the CD, but I'm going to classify this as what I said at the beginning, is that I don't see this as alternative music.
I know, but in '96, I think this is in this weird.
All right.
It's this weird middle ground.
Well, we're going to agree to disagree on that. That just feels like pop rock to me.
Yeah.
So, but some of mine could fall in that same category for people too.
Yeah.
So, who am I to criticize? I don't work for Pitchfork. So, by the way, if you're on YouTube and you see me looking down a couple of times, my phone was going off.
That's all right. We're
you know,
human.
my wife forgot that we're recording today, so she's been blowing up the phone because
That's okay.
I don't know how anybody who's married out there, you probably have this same thing I have. I get every day around this time, I'm leaving work. What do you want to do for dinner? Yeah. That's always what do we want to do for dinner? And I always answer, whatever you want. She gets really frustrated. And it's just this text chain of what we're going to eat for dinner.
I think people relate to that.
By the way,
that's why I think people like our show, because people see that, they're just two guys.
It's the worst decision of my life every night. What do we want to have for dinner?
I don't care.
And I don't. But at the same time, if I choose the wrong thing, it all hinges on that.
Yeah.
And then the evening's ruined.
That's the rest of your life.
It's not
the rest
just,
of your life.
It's just dinner. Yeah, for the next however many years we're together, which will be till I'm done. What are we having for dinner? That's the question of questions. And I think some of you out there know about the dinner thing.
You need to just get a bunch of Swanson's Hungry Men meal.
That doesn't flow in my house.
No?
That's not the way that goes. So, all right. So I have the number 8 song.
You do have it.
Yeah, and you can't go 1996. If I was going to have a radio-friendly pop, but I don't think it's radio-friendly pop.
Yeah.
Not 100% alternative, but they didn't know where else to put it. It's ska is what it is.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think you can have a 96 list without Sublime.
When the sun beats down from the sky, they give it up and they give it up and they give it up, but they never ask why. Daddy was a rolling stone. Oh, he rolled away one day and he never came home. It ain't hard to understand. This ain't Hitler's master plan. What it takes to be a man.
I really love when the guitars break in. The opening's great. It's kind of quiet. He's doing that little scat thing he's doing, but then when the guitars kick in, I don't know. That's a great song.
I know it, but it's such a weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird addition.
96 is hard to classify.
It is.
And I think this is an example of where, is it ska? Is it alternative? Don't know.
It's got all kinds of pieces. So this is called Same in the End by Sublime. This is off that self-titled 1996 album that my wife and I have agreed we think everyone owned it.
Yeah.
That was alive.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
also everyone that owned it had it stolen at some point.
That's so funny.
Like you would have it at a party, and then after the party's over, you look through your book and like, where's my Sublime album?
Gone.
And for some reason, people just took it.
Gone.
Like, just go get your own album. But it always disappeared. I bought that album like 3 times.
Yeah.
So I don't think this song gets the love of Santeria, Wrong Way, or What I Got. Those were your radio hits. Those were the big ones, everybody. But I think this is actually my favorite song on the album. So love the energy. I love how it starts. Like I said, when the guitars kick in, it feels good. Good song to run to, by the way, when I used to run. I don't run anymore. I'm going to spoil that for everybody. Song probably like several Sublime and others put out in the 90s. It's about the hopelessness of addiction. So we sounded fun in the 90s, Rob. Let's what do we write our songs about? Oh, I'm addicted to drugs. Okay, so that's great. Band wanted this song to have a more punk sound, which was the roots of their band from the beginning. This track is considered a deep cut fave by fans as it shows off all the band's ability to blend ska, punk, and rock into one song. So it was often requested at the concerts.
I can see why.
If you will. Yeah. If they still tour. I don't know if they do.
I believe they
do.
And I believe.
Well, who's singing then?
It's his son.
It's his son. That's right. I think we've covered that before. So his son can do the thing. Yeah. So I just love the way that breaks in, and then when the guitars kick in, it's just good fun song.
It's good stuff.
Classic.
Yeah.
Feels like you're out. It feels like summer, like out at the beach.
Does.
You know what I mean? So
and it's interesting because I think Sublime's one of those bands. A lot of kids are wearing their shirt now.
Oh yeah.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They got it at Target at the.
Those are good shirts.
That's cool.
I don't do the shaming of the shirts.
You don't shame. Name 3 songs.
Name 3 songs. No. You know what? Because there's probably a couple.
No, Mr. McCray.
Probably a couple of 45-year-olds that go name 3 songs. I don't know.
know.
I don't know the names of them.
That's
Well,
all I got.
It's not even that. Some of them don't know the names. They just remember the tune.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And in our alternative high school, Sublime was listed. They'd be in the skater clique.
oh yeah, definitely.
Along with No Doubt, NoFX, Pennywise, Sublime, 311, Goldfinger.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're hanging out with the.
I like Goldfinger.
Yeah, so
Goldfinger's pretty good. So time for our number 7
number 7
of our list.
Here you go.
Interesting note. My wife and I next week are going to
Oh, that's
see
right.
Bush
I know. I'm kind of
in Seattle.
That'd be a good one.
And another thing, not that I condone this and or I do not partake anymore, but once upon a time I would have a couple of adult beverages.
Okay, that's fine.
Beers, if you will, Rob.
You're an adult.
And then I would sing some alternative, not so happy, good lyrics. Offensive, if
Yeah.
you will, even. If you can imagine Swallowed and then the words that would rime after that.
Yeah.
We were good at the bar to bark those out.
Yeah.
Some people liked them.
Okay.
It's good alternative lyrics. I think Weird Al missed a boat on that one.
Yeah,
So,
that's all right.
all right.
Oh, yeah, this is a song called Swallowed.
It
It's
is.
by a band called Bush. It was released in October of 96. It is the lead single from their second album. It was called Razor Blade Suitcase, which is a great album title. It came out 2 years after 16 Stone. It was produced by legendary producer Steve Albini.
Yes, it was.
Albini. The band was
I think it's Albini.
Albini.
Yeah.
He's known. You hear his name associated with Nirvana and a lot of the Seattle bands and stuff. The band was hoping to shed their corporate grunge image. Critics have called the lyrics a word salad, but Gavin Rosdale said it captures the feeling of being swallowed by the sudden, overwhelming fame the band experienced and reflects a period of time of low self-esteem and the uphill struggle of pushing a band towards success when no one cared.
That sounds a lot pretentious.
Yeah, very much so. He adds to it by saying the song has an anthem for the shadows of the rain,
All right.
the insignificant specks who feel isolated from the world around them. There you go. That's very deep. Chart success. 7. It spent 7 consecutive weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Modern Rock Tracks chart.
Beautiful.
Number 7 on the UK singles chart. It was their first major hit in their home country.
It was their
crazy.
only number 1 hit in the UK, is what I got
Yeah.
for. It says longest stay at number 1. It's their biggest hit in Britain.
Yeah.
Britain didn't like them.
Apparently not.
They said that they did. I heard a podcast about Bush. As a podcaster, I also listen to podcasts. That's how we get better. Anyway, but they said that Bush started playing in England and they were being rejected a lot. So they came to the U.S. And because they had a Nirvana-ish sound to
very
them,
much so.
they caught on in the U.S. And then they didn't tour a lot in Britain. So Britain kind of rejected them a little at first.
Yeah, they got a Grammy nomination for Best Hard Rock Performance. Spin Magazine ranked it at number 40 on their list of the 96 best alternative rock songs of 1996. I put 1994's 16 Stone was a landmark album. Razor Blade Suitcase had kind of an excitement to it. There was an expectation. I think it's a wildly underrated album. If there was ever a time when people said that they sounded like Nirvana, I think they on Razor Blade Suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
They sound way more like Nirvana than they did
Than
on
they
16
did on 16 Stone,
You know, but I think it's a super underrated album for the 90s. I think people kind of forget about it because it came out. I think there's a lot of albums that came out in 96 that people kind of forget about because it was this weird transitional period and things got lost because the alternative was going away and this new thing was coming and they got, people were like,
In the middle.
Bush, they're washed up. But man, it's a great album.
Razor Blade
really good.
Suitcase, Greedy Fly, that's my song.
So good.
That's the one I like. And I would say on 16 Stone, I would liken that less to Nirvana and more to like early Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It gives me a little more of that vibe.
Yep.
So, all right, we're getting to our number 6, right? So, because I have the evens, I started at 10. So, number 6, this is way different than anything we played today. Kind of ska, but emerging big band sound.
Beauty, talent,
This is Squirrel Nut Zippers?
That is correct.
What? On the other side. I love this song.
It's awesome.
I love this song.
Oh, it's amazing. But why do I like this song? I have no idea. So in 1996, just interesting. So this is Hell by the Squirrel Nut Zippers. Horn's a killer in this song, and I'm a horn guy. I love this song. You said you love this song. I think everybody loved it. Heard it for the first time at a friend's apartment in Japan. Next day, go to the BX. Hey, Squirrel Nut Zippers. Dude just stares at me. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay. So head off base, Tower Records, Squirrel Nut Zippers. Aha. Boom. Takes me, shows me, buy it. But I have to say, not impressed with the CD. Outside of Hell, it is very big 30s, 20s big band swing. And after Hell, it feels like they did Hell a little different. It's the big band stuff is in there, but it also blends some like rock and stuff. And the other ones are just straight, like you're at the freaking doing the Charleston somewhere. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but of course, as we know, 96, 97 into 98, the big swing revival for a couple years in the 90s. All those bands, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, all them popped out.
Was
so
weird.
Man. So this came off the album Hot. Hit number 13 on the alternative airplay chart, and the genre is described as swing revival, jazz, and Delta blues. Also 30s punk, they were quoted. So you got a lot of genres going on there. Song is not only about eternal damnation, but also the feeling of being really, really, this was 3 times written, really hungover, which in our younger years, Rob, we can probably relate to a little bit. Just a little.
A little bit.
Song has lived on in pop culture. 1999 Brendan Fraser, Alicia Silverstone film.
Yes.
Blast from the Past.
You love that movie.
Oh, it's such a good movie. It's heartwarming, if you will. Most recently, it reemerged on Netflix series Wednesday in season 2. They use this song. Hell was the band's only hit, and it's not true to insult true. True Squirrel Nut Zipper fans are like, meh, on Hell. They like the other stuff a little better. But it hit at the perfect time. Perfect right time. I thought when I first heard this, I'm like, why do I like this? I don't even know why, because that's not usually my sound. Yeah. But just the way they blended it together, and it's 96, and it was catchy, and I'm like, there's something about that song. I love when they spell out damnation, D to the A to the M. Anyway, it's pretty awesome. So, pretty curious hit. I think it's pretty jazzy and theatrical, and I'm not a jazzy theatrical guy. But for that small moment of time, I was like, and look, and it's here today. I didn't
even notice your shirt.
I love the band name, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I love Hell, but Squirrel Nut Zippers is
I have to tell you,
stupendous.
I have this kind of side. I started this side hobby this Christmas of collecting odd Christmas albums.
Oh, nice.
Squirrel Nut Zippers have actually a really great Christmas album.
That would be interesting.
Really good. So anyway,
it would be quite interesting.
It's actually really good. But anyway.
All right. Well, we're going to be halfway home here because you've got our number 5 on our big playlist.
Yep, here it is.
By the way, Blow Up the Outside World was sitting on my bench. I don't know how you feel about that. It didn't even make my 5.
Well, you're
sitting right there.
That's disappointing. Yeah. So this is called Blow Up the Outside World, Soundgarden. Released December of 96. It was the 3rd single from their 5th studio album called Down on the Upside. It was their final studio album before they broke up in 97. They broke up less than a year after this release. Unlike Super Unknown, it had this really layered, Super Unknown was super like production.
Yes.
And this one, they produced it themselves. They wanted this kind of unpolished, raw sound. And their next studio album after this would not come out until 2012, King Animal. It was written by Chris Cornell. It explores themes of social isolation, frustration, the desire to escape the pressures of the world. Cornell described the lyrics as a reflection of feeling overwhelmed and wanting to blow up everything outside of his personal bubble just to find a moment of peace.
I saw a thing that Chris Cornell said he was surprised when he wrote it, it turned out so well.
Yeah.
He was in Toronto, and he said I was quite messed up. And he goes, the next day I found the lyrics sitting on a table, and I'm like, no, that's not half bad. So
it spent 4 consecutive weeks number 1 on the Billboard Mainstream Rock Tracks chart, number 8 on the Billboard Modern Rock Tracks chart, number 2 on the Canadian Alternatives chart, number 40 on the UK Singles chart. Europeans not a big fan.
No.
The video was directed by Gerald Castle. He's the co-founder of Devo, which I thought was kind of cool. And in the video, I watched it on YouTube. He's doing, I didn't know there was actually a name for it, but he's being subjected to is it called the Ludovico
yeah, and you know
technique?
You know what that's from?
Clockwork Orange.
Yes, that is. Have you seen that movie?
I've only seen parts of it. I've never actually. I've heard it's a trip. It's
awesome.
He was forced to watch a montage of disturbing and mundane images. I picked it because 1994 Superdrag was so big for me, and there was this hype. I remember picking up this album at the Music Warehouse in Sunnyside, there in Portland. Just after it was released, someone had returned it, and I put, it was reflective of the times. It was brand new. I think somebody bought it. They're like, what is this crap? This sounds nothing like.
Yep.
And they returned it. And they'd kind of gotten away from this that sludgy kind of sound. Yeah. And I put, was it a coincidence? Pearl Jam, No Code, Soundgarden, Down the Upside, cool, and you named STP. Was it cool to not be cool? Was it difficult to follow up on Super Unknown? I put fantastic album, start to finish. It's a must listen.
Oh.
Down on the Upside.
Well,
and I don't care what people say out there. Put it on, listen, put your headphones on.
Well, you're about to care
blow
what,
up the outside
You're
world.
about to care what people say in here, because I remember being super excited for this album. I went downtown and got it.
Great album.
Came home, and outside of about 3 songs, I was like, I didn't like it either.
This album is fantastic.
I kept it because Blow Up the Outside World and a couple of the other songs I really did like.
Ty Cobb.
But as a whole album, I was less than impressed coming off of Super Unknown. So you will care what we say in here today, Rob. That's the way it works.
I hope people will come out and support and be like, that album is fantastic.
What support are you looking for?
Anything.
Just that the album's great?
Yeah, I want some nice feedback.
So if they don't agree with you...
Instead of people going, where you pick weird songs.
No, that's not a weird song. That song's fantastic. I just don't love the
album.
The whole album.
Oh, the whole album is fantastic.
Agreed to
It's a lost. It's also an underrated album for 1996. For the 90s, I think.
All right.
Anyway,
agreed to disagree. Right. So I just remember being so excited about that album, and then just feeling a little less than excited after I listened to the whole thing. That's all I'll say about it. So,
that's fine.
But tit for tat, Rob.
Tit for tat.
I think that's a phrase.
It is. Sure I don't really know what it means.
I don't know what it means. So all right. Number 4 song.
Yeah.
Here. You get. I don't know if you'll know this. We'll see if you know it.
He has no name, but his whereabouts are sort of unknown. All he needs is his life in a suitcase. It belongs to a friend of a friend. And as we drink to ourselves, we'll amuse ourselves. Underneath the sky again.
It's Oasis.
It is Oasis.
I can't remember the
All
song,
right,
though.
so this is called Underneath the Sky.
Yeah.
Interesting about this song, this is not a single. This was not on What's the Story Morning Glory. This is actually the B-side to Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yeah.
So this is the B-side on Don't Look Back in Anger. But a very, very good song. Song was also included on the 1998 album of B-sides Oasis released called Master Plan.
That's the one.
So, all right.
That album is fantastic.
That album is really good. So Oasis is legendary for having outstanding B-sides. This one's no different. I really like this. Great sing-along chorus, real cool, grindy, distorted guitar. And what I really liked about it, the first time I ever heard it, that was the chorus that I played for you. But I really like the opening guitar riff.
Yeah. Oasis is good, man.
Yeah, I just that
People
guitar
give them
riff,
crap, but they're good.
The guitar riff, it's a little grimy, it's a little gritty. I like the way it comes in, kind of unpolished a little bit there.
Yeah.
I don't know how we talked about this when we did What's the Story Morning Glory. How do you not put this on the album? Take out Swamp Song and throw this on? What do you? I mean, that album's already great. You add this. I mean, goodness, you got one of the best albums anybody's ever probably had. You know what I mean? Just interesting. You would leave this off when you had it sitting in your back pocket. But they did that, and some of their B-sides have been...
we talked about that some of their B-sides were better than their A-sides.
So, Noel was inspired to write this by a book of traveler's quotes he found at an airport bookstore. He adapted it to the band and their state of constant travel and their touring lifestyle. Underneath the sky, because he's like, we never know where we are, but we're underneath the sky. This is cited by many fans and critics as one of the band's underrated gems. It captures a quintessential mid-90s sound with a big melody and infectious energy. Now, this song was also recorded in when they did Unplugged in MTV in New York. Now, that's famously where Liam said his throat hurt, so he walked off. And Noel actually, for the first time, sang all the songs they did for the set. And he did this. It was recorded. I don't know that it made the live show, but it was recorded. And I found a copy of it on YouTube. See, it actually sounds really good with him doing it as well. Because what you heard was Liam the first time.
All he needs is his life in a suitcase. It belongs to the friend of a friend. And as we drink to ourselves, we'll amuse ourselves underneath the sky, underneath the sky again.
So yeah, I think both versions actually sound pretty good.
I do like
I'd listen to either one. But yeah, so at number 4, Underneath the Sky by Oasis.
I like it.
So
I like Oasis.
Uh-oh.
I know people get
controversial, Rob. So all right,
I don't. You opened my eyes.
I did.
after the research for the Oasis episode.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, anyway,
feels nice in the studio right now.
it does. Yeah,
How we're just loving on Oasis.
basking. You're basking.
I basked earlier. I'm not basking anymore.
You're done basking.
Now I'm just happy you've come along for the ride. That's all. So, all right, you have the number 3 song.
Yeah, and it's gonna fall into the.
There are 2 songs I have not heard today that you should have had, but you haven't had. There's 3 songs, and one of them's not mine left that I thought should have been on this countdown, and they haven't made it.
They probably won't.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Feels like we were talking about this guy before we came on the air today. His first name's Adam, I think, right?
This is Mr. Duritz.
The Counting Crows.
Yes. Have You Seen Me Lately by the Counting Crows. I put another Robster pick. Album came out in 96. The single wasn't released. It was released as a radio promotional single in 97. But the album came out in 96. I had it in 96. The song is a response to the overnight fame the band experienced after their debut, August and Everything After. What a follow-up. You gotta follow that thing. He is described as an exploration of the loss of identity. The lyrics reflect the disconnect between who Duritz was and the rock star persona the media and the fans created. It deals with the feelings that friends and lovers no longer recognize the person he had become under the spotlight. He's literally asking, have you seen me lately? Have you seen the real me, right? Before writing the album, Duritz spent a year incognito as a bartender at the Viper Room.
Say incognito?
Incognito.
I think it's incognito.
I like incognito.
Yeah, where are you from?
Chicago.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, he's over there. He's incognito.
I got relatives from Michigan.
Can't talk
so
like
that's how
that. We don't talk like
we
that.
parked the car in the garage.
We don't talk like that.
Before writing the album, Duritz spent a year incognito. The song's title was used as the title for the 2025 HBO Music Box documentary, Counting Crows, Have You Seen Me Lately? Have you not watched it? It's really good. I recommend you go watch it. There's a great acoustic version out there, too. It's not bad. Chart success. Number 34 on the U.S. Alternative Airplay chart. Number 34 on the mainstream rock charts. Recovering the Satellites debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. I remember there'd be an excitement following 1993's August and Everything After. It's a tough act to follow. I don't feel it disappointed. I feel this album is brilliant.
Nice.
So.
By the way, big stamp of approval. It's not bad. Really way to fire up the fans and the people listening.
Well, I mean,
it's not bad.
I like the rocking version better,
Yeah.
but if you like more the ballady acoustic, he takes it, he drops it down real low. It's slow.
Yeah.
You can find he does a really cool kind of introduction at the beginning, explains the song. Apparently, it was on like an VH1 songwriters
Nice.
show or something. Anyway.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
I like when they did the SNL spoof with Neil Diamond songwriters, and it was Will Ferrell, but he'd tell these insane stories about how they would kill people and do all this other stuff. And John Goodman was his guitarist. He goes, "Hey, Neil, don't tell all our secrets."
And I like Counting Crows. I like Adam Duritz, but description of the song goes on way too long.
He's a weirdo.
It's really
Dude's a
sad,
weirdo.
and it's like,
Yeah, I know, but he's a weirdo.
just play some music.
It was that 60 songs that explain the 90s. He said he covered Counting Crows. He went to a Counting Crows concert in the late 90s, and everybody was there. It was sold out. You're all excited. And then he comes out on stage. You've got this album. You've got the August album. You got all these songs. He comes out. He plays an entire set of songs no one had ever heard before. He wrote them, he said, the week before the concert.
Yeah.
People were walking out of the concert. They're like, what is going
That's
on?
what he would do.
And I'm like, dude, what is happening?
I saw
here?
them play with live.
Oh, that's a good concert.
It was live and Counting Crows at the Gorge.
Was it good?
It was great.
I mean, that sounds good.
And they had a band open up for them called Unified Theory.
Bald live head lead singer or long hair lead singer?
It was Ed.
I know it's Ed, but did he have the hair still, the ponytail, or
No, it
is
was
he
bald.
going shaved?
Bald.
Okay.
He was bald.
That sounds like a good one.
Yeah, it was good. It was great.
All right, we're down to our top two. So basically, each of what we think are our number one songs,
this
right?
song. I love
So what do you think so far getting to our number ones?
I think this captures 96 very well.
I think so.
I think it's a weird time.
You only have
You
one
got some
song.
ska in there. You got some
The big
swing.
band? Yeah, love it.
That's weird.
Some Oasis.
You got some Oasis.
Got all of it.
We got some holdovers from early 90s. We got some Soundgarden.
We got
in there.
one song. That one, the Three Doors Down song.
Oh no,
We'll talk about it.
The Matchbox 20.
Matchbox 20. Isn't that the same band? I feel like it's the same band.
Yeah, there you go.
Three
That's
Doors
fair.
Down,
That's
Matchbox
fair.
20.
That's fair.
They might be the same.
That's fair.
Twins, Basil. So, all right. Well, my number two song, which is the number two song for our playlist, but what I would consider number one, obvious.
She's the one for me. She's all I really need. Oh yeah, she's the one for me. Emptiness is loneliness, and loneliness is cleanliness, and cleanliness is godliness, and God is empty, just like me.
A guitar. Now I know that Billy can be. I know what turns people off sometimes on. So this is Zero by Smashing Pumpkins, and I know his voice can be acquired. I guess acquired taste. I like the interesting. I actually like the Pumpkins now. I think more than I did when I was younger. The more I've listened to them as I've gotten older, I probably should have spent more time with them when I was younger. So this is the first song recorded for Melancholy and Infinite Sadness, and it used 6 rhythm guitars, and they had to layer it all together. So that sounds like a lot of fun. Kerrang, a British music magazine, ranked this as the Pumpkins' #1 song of all time. So with the guitars and everything else. Zero was released as an EP in the U.S. and includes, now this is as Robster as it gets. So the EP includes a song called Pasticcio Medley. Okay. It's a 23-minute medley of parts of 73 songs. No song part is longer than 15 seconds from sessions they did putting music together for the Melancholy album, right? Okay. 73 different song parts to make up a 23-minute song. I did not listen to it. I will never listen to it. I like the Pumpkins. I don't like them that much. So, and of the 73, he said like 65 of the songs are unreleased. Like no one else has ever heard them except in that Pistachio medley. In all, it's awful. I think I'm not going to listen to it. I'm just going to assume it's awful. It's 23 minutes. It can't be good. And it's 73 songs. No, what's going on? I wouldn't be able to handle that. So I really love the guitar in this song. The guitar sounds like it's like from space or something. I don't know how he even gets that sound, but this guitar solo, I love it.
Melancholy is fantastic.
It's
a fantastic
great. It's but the way he gets that guitar sound. So I just love the way the chorus drops out when you do the emptiness is loneliness part. I think that's awesome. It's one of the best choruses maybe of the 90s. Corgan adopted the Zero persona as a way to negate himself. Here's very Corgan-ish. He was tired of people trying to throw the rock god persona on him. Oh, please stop. Essentially telling the audience, I am not your god. I am your Zero. Yes. It's very zen.
But come see my concert.
Yes, please. The band said that the sound is cyber metal, and James Iha, the band's guitarist, said it reminds him of Judas Priest. Also, there is a toy ray gun sound mixed into the percussion to give the song the sonic cyber metal sound Billy wanted.
Oh.
They bought this ray gun at, like he said, a cheap toy store, and it goes, and they put it on the, I don't know. So anyway, Billy wore a Zero t-shirt during the tour. It's just a star, and it says Zero on it, and it became so famous and sought after, then they added it as part of their merchandise. It wasn't originally a merchandise. It was some t-shirt he found in a thrift store or something.
Yeah, there you go.
But then it has become one of their best-selling items of all time. One of the original shirts Billy wore on stage sold at auction for $6,500 to raise funds for the Japanese earthquake and tsunami relief. So there you go. $6,500 for a used T-shirt, but at least the money went to charity.
A good cause.
So I can take that. Yeah. So I'm not your God. I'm your Zero.
But I want your tickets.
But I want your money.
Yes,
because I saw Billy 2 years ago, and he definitely, he was more than willing to take my $200 a ticket.
Yeah, I find that fascinating.
He had no problem with that.
Yeah,
so,
it's like Pearl Jam fighting Ticketmaster, but now tickets are
they love it.
$400.
Yeah.
Yes.
But absolutely love that song. Yeah. It's awesome. So, all right, that means the last song on our playlist. I guess our number one.
I love this song.
Is it Desperately Wanting?
Yeah.
It's the name of it. That's a good song.
Love that song.
I do like that song.
Oh,
and very,
so good.
very 96 sound.
Oh my gosh. That's why I put it at number one, because I felt
Really
like
good.
it had all the elements of a song from 96. So yeah, this is Desperately Wanting. It's from a band called Better Than Ezra. It's from their album called Friction Baby, which was released in August of 96. The single came out in November of 96. It was the second single. The lead singer, Kevin Griffin, has described the song as a narrative about nostalgia and divergent. I know that's not how you say it.
I love
we
it.
Joke. We
say it all the time.
Nostalgia and divergent paths. Specifically, he remembers camping out with his friends, engaging in what he called red-blooded mischief, like vandalizing mailboxes and running through the wet grass at night. The desperately wanting line refers to the longing for that simpler time when everyone was on a level playing field. In the song, the two characters in the song take different paths. One moved on, one struggled with bad decisions, mental health. The video is directed by a guy named Peter Christopherson. I don't know who he is, but he was in a band. He was in several bands. He was in a band called Coil. He was also in a band called Throbbing Gristle.
I like them.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
The band name Mystery. Nobody knows where they got Better Than Ezra. Some people think it's from a band, from a line in a Ernest Hemingway book called A Movable Feast. He says, but it's better than Ezra. I don't know. But the band is never really confirmed.
My favorite joke from Saturday Night Live's Norm Macdonald of all time is when he said on the rock charts this week, he said coming in at number 2, or coming in at, what did he say? He goes, coming in at number 2, or number 1 was Good by Better Than Ezra. He said coming in at number 2, Ezra.
I like Norman Doll. He's my favorite.
It's one of my favorite jokes of all time. Obviously, I cannot tell it as well as he can, but so.
On the chart performance, number 48, U.S. Billboard Hot 100, number 10 on the U.S. mainstream rock tracks, number 11 on the U.S. modern rock tracks, number 13 in Canada. Friction Baby sold 500,000 units by 1999. The band has a permanent spot on Billboard's list of the 100 greatest alternative artists of all time and their list of the 100 greatest alternative songs at one time, or of all time. And I put, you got sonic variety. That's what I said at the beginning. You got some horns. They use a thing called a vibraphone, a wah-wah pedal. You get some rockers in there. You get some ballads. You get some folky country songs. They have this song called WWOZ. It's almost kind of a country folk song. It was a complete listening experience rather than just a collection of singles. This is where I use the phrase, it was clean, but it was crunchy. It had some rock riffs in there, but then it had some clean stuff. And I just put it's quintessential mid-90s sound.
Yeah.
I think it's an underrated album of the 90s, Friction Baby. It's a great album.
Better Than Ezra is what I call coffee shop music.
Yeah.
Like you got your latte, you're sitting there, you're checking out whatever you're doing, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, Better than Ezra's on. That's good. I like that.
96,
you know, Better than
man.
Ezra. You get some Toad the Wet Sprocket.
That's right.
Those coffee shop alternative.
But Friction Baby,
But I do like that song.
Friction Baby, that album specifically rocks harder than a lot of better than Ezra's other stuff. So it's a killer album. But,
Even better. We'll call it Even Better Than Ezra. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Nice job.
All right. Well, let's wrap up our list. That's our top 10, Rob. And I would say, look, it's good. Outside of I think there are a couple songs. Look, how did we go through 96?
Yeah.
Do a alternative countdown,
Yeah.
and neither one of us took anything from Evil Empire, A Rage Against the Machine.
Okay, it was on my.
I mean, we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
because there's other things that we could talk about.
What about Pepper by Butthole Surfers?
Well, Tragic Kingdom came out that year.
Yeah.
STP,
Wow.
we talked a little about it. Beck's Odelay came out that year.
Yeah.
We talked about Alice in Chains MTV Unplugged was that year. Rage Against the Machine.
A song I really thought you would get, and I was looking at a lot, but Bound for the Floor, it's by Local H.
Oh, yeah.
That song is very 90s sounding.
Yeah.
I thought that would end up, I feel like that would have fit a little better than Matchbox.
It's cool because
20.
the Toadies are going on tour this summer with Local H.
Oh, that's nice.
That'd be a killer show.
You going?
I really want to go.
You can go.
I know.
It doesn't have to be, I
I
really
don't think
want
my
to.
wife will want to go.
Yeah, she
and-
will.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
It's like on a weird day.
You haven't even asked.
I don't
You know, I'm a good date. I'll buy dinner. It's fine. We can do some toadies.
There you go.
It's all good. We can podcast live during the. Oh, they're doing Possum Kingdom. Do it.
That's the only song they know.
It's the only song we got. Play Does Really Wanting.
Actually,
No, it's
just
not better
got-
than Ezra.
I just got
It's,
Toadie's new album. It's great.
Oh, it's awesome.
You should guys check
All
it
right.
out. Anyway,
So okay, well, I do think it's a good top 10. I think it captures 96 pretty
I
well.
do too.
Despite what do I say? Turd in a punch basket or turd in a basket?
Turn a basket.
Yeah, the 3 a.m. or no, I don't even know who they are anymore. Bush. No,
Push.
Push.
That was the name of the
It's
song.
okay.
Push. Yeah. Matchbox 20.
It just didn't match the vibe of the rest of the
I don't
list.
know, but it was 96, man. That was
Yeah.
everywhere.
If it's important to you, then I'll let it live. So we'll get some feedback on that. You tell us.
Oh, I'm
folks.
sure
So,
people have some. People have things to say.
of course they do.
Yeah, I fully anticipate it. It's not like I sit there and I'm going to let people in on a little something.
Yes.
I don't make my list thinking about all y'all out there.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
I do.
I don't
Hey,
care.
Because I want the fans to listen to the show. I
I-
definitely think about what you
I
want to
picked
hear.
the songs that I liked in '96. There you go.
We
so
know.
You guys can,
So you get some push.
There you go.
So, all right. Well, despite Rob's protest over there, we do want to hear from you. Is this a great alt rock playlist for 1996, or was what we were listening to back then really not it? And maybe Matchbox 20 wasn't it. We don't know. Connect with us on social media. Let us know what was your favorite track that we chose. And more importantly, what's the one song we left out that had to be in the alternative discussion for 1996 to truly capture the year? Give us your favorite, which we will mention on a future episode. And look, if today's tracks got you pumped up and nostalgic and you want to hear all these songs in full, we've got you covered. Check the show notes for our official 1996 alternative playlist on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music. And don't worry, Rob, for everybody that I say Matchbox 20, I'm sure I'll get some Oasis because that gets some spit sometimes too. Like, Oasis was an alternative.
No, I think the only songs on your
Britpop.
list that could get a little pushback are like your Squirrel Net Zippers or your. But
That
it is
is
alternative.
That's
It
his
is al-
alternative.
It is. It is.
In 96,
yeah.
that is an alternative song.
Yeah.
So
Where do you put it?
whether you like it or not. Plus, I love the Squirrel Nut Zippers. Love, love, love.
All right. Well, the Total 80s and 90s Recall team wants you to know that this podcast is the perfect complement to your listening experience and the perfect antidote to modern life. David and I would really like to connect with you if you can relate to any of the following: blowing into a dusty game cartridge just to get the start menu to appear, knowing the panic of having to be kind and rewind, late fees at Blockbuster, or the swish of your favorite starter jacket. There you go. Tell us about it by sending us an email at 80s90srecall@gmail.com and check us out. Check out our show notes for never-ending ways to connect with the Total 80s and 90s Recall team. And don't forget, let the Total 80s and 90s Recall team help you appreciate the present by indulging in a healthy dose of the good old days.
Now, you know, Rob and I love the 80s and 90s a little too much if you talk to our families, actually. But that's all you talk about. And we know you have the same passion for those two decades. So help us out with a 5-star rating and a review. Your feedback is what helps other fans find the show and keep the Recall team growing, Rob. We want to grow. If you build it, They Will Come.
They Will Come.
I will cite one of your favorite movies, apparently.
It's a great movie.
So there you go.
I love that movie.
Yeah, love it.
Hey, Dad, you want to
So,
have a catch?
guess what?
Ooh, what do we? Oh.
Closing thoughts with Rob.
We haven't heard any anger about that yet, so I'm assuming it's okay.
No, yeah, we haven't gotten any negative
Gotten
feedback
any
yet.
weird. Usually they'll let us know if it sucks.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten any of that yet. Now watch this week. I've opened Pandora's box. It's terrible. All right.
Yeah. What did we learn today? Well, we learned that very little stresses Dave out. But if anything ever stresses him out, it's deciding what to eat for dinner. He just
It's the worst decision of my day
Yeah, it's the worst decision every day.
ever.
And we also learned that Swanson's TV dinners are not allowed in his household.
Or not.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Basking. That's our word today.
Oh, yeah.
We used it many times.
Yes.
So to bask can have different meanings. So it can mean to lie or relax in a pleasant warmth or atmosphere.
That feels right.
Okay, that feels good. Or it can mean to take pleasure or derive enjoyment from.
That's probably where I was using
Yes,
it more
you
of.
were basking in the enjoyment that you had heard something that I had not.
I still feel good about it.
That's really good. Yeah, that was.
I'm going to hold on to that for the rest of the weekend, probably. So
the rest of your life. Corrections or apologies. I apologize for our opening song. Lots of F words. I don't know.
we have a parental guidance thing on our show.
But I like the song. It's
good.
Yeah, it's got a message. Anyway,
Cake.
Playlist. Listen to our playlist. I think this 96 playlist is really actually kind of good. And then the challenge is what songs from 96 did we miss or should we have added? We only had 10. There's lots. Well, there's more than 10.
So I wanna hijack your band name situation.
Oh, yeah,
this
go
week
for it. Yeah.
because
Hey, I don't have one. I don't have one.
these were okay. So we had it didn't get mentioned today, but the Butthole Surfers popped up in '96.
Yeah.
And their name's Butthole Surfers. Quite an interesting name. However, they had other band names they used prior to landing on Butthole Surfers because they were around since like 1980. Insane.
Okay.
All right. I think you're gonna like these. I maybe not. The Dick Clark 5. Okay, that's fine. Ashtray Baby Heads.
Oh, I like.
Interesting one.
Yeah.
9-foot worm makes own food. It's a good one, right? And this is just offensive, but it's fine. The inalienable right to eat Fred Astaire's asshole. So there you go. Those are your band names for the week, Rob.
Wow.
The Fred
There you
Astaire
go.
one is
I like that.
tough.
That's
So
pretty
I don't know. I don't know how you turn that down for Butthole Surfers. That just rolls off the tongue, right?
That's pretty
So
good.
I mean, how high or drunk are they one night when someone goes, "Hey, this is an idea for a band name, Fred Astaire."
Yeah.
They're like, I'm warm on that. I think Butthole Surfers is better. So
Yeah, that's it.
that's it.
Butthole
That's the
Surfers.
one.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
if we ever visit them again, there's actually an interesting way on how they got that name. We'll save that for another show.
Okay.
All right. So that's our list. It might not have been the peak grunge explosion of the early 90s, but 1996 really proved that alternative rock didn't die. It just evolved a little bit and still gave us some incredible music to crank up. We had a blast putting this countdown together, and we hope you enjoyed it just as much as we did. And finally, a massive shout out to our awesome listeners. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you've been with us from the start, we can't thank you enough for hanging out with us. We hope we brought you an hour or so of some laughs, great memories, and please forgive the Fred Astaire's backside. But I didn't come up with that band name.
That's all right.
And if you can use the F word, I can talk about,
I know.
you know,
Yeah, today's episode is a little crass.
it is.
That's okay.
Crass at the top, crass at the bottom. Thanks a lot, Fred Astaire. So,
I like that. Thanks a lot, Fred Astaire.
oh, and by the way, all new episodes of this show, totally 80s and 90s Recall, debut win, Rob.
Every Tuesday.
That is fun.
Yeah. What are we doing next Tuesday?
That's a fun time.
Tuesdays are good. I look
Tuesdays are
forward
good.
to Tuesdays.
I do.
I look
So,
forward to Tuesdays.
I don't look forward to what I'm eating for dinner on Tuesdays, but I look forward to Tuesdays.
Because you don't know.
No idea.
It's a surprise.
The best is she'll make a menu. And then I'll go to it and go, oh, well, it says on Tuesday we're having this. Well, I don't want to make that. Okay. So I'm right back to square one. It never wins. I can't win.
Yeah, you can't win.
So, all right, homework for next time. Movie.
oh.
We're doing a movie.
Oh, Movie Hound's back.
1986 is
Oh.
Aliens.
I'm excited.
Some people consider it one of the best sequels of all time. Science fiction. I've got a little surprise for this movie. I won't reveal it till next week, but I think you'll be surprised. Hound will be surprised.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to a little more of a serious tone than we usually take,
Oh.
but we can make it a lot of fun.
Oh.
I'm sure there's lots to be had.
We get Kurt in the room,
Oh, yeah.
and it just takes one slip of the tongue,
Well,
and then
and we got an alien.
he jumps on it, and
We got an alien sucking things out. I'm sure there's plenty of innuendos to be had.
Kurt's going to come
during
with
the
his A
week.
game.
Oh, he always does.
He's going to come with his
So hopefully he comes with his A game.
Yeah.
I would like his A plus game. Maybe he can tell me what I'm having for dinner. Who knows? Sometimes he makes me. Sometimes he solves my problem, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight? We don't know yet. Well, I'm making this if you want it. Yep, lasagna free coming down. Thanks." So, all right. So, well, you got anything else?
I got nothing else.
Fancy goodbye.
No fancy goodbye. There it is.
I'm still shocked this didn't get on our 10.
Yeah,
It's really good.
it is really good.
It's better than Push. It's better than 3 a.m. Matchbox 20, whoever it was.